What's up, guys? I decided to take a little break from Vandal Hearts. I'm gonna be playing a very, in my opinion, very, very, very underrated and just shit talk about RPG. This game has gotten so much shit. It's unbelievable. I do not think it deserves it. It was made by Camelot, who are best known for Retro People, Shining in the Darkness, and the Shining Forces games 1 and 2 on the Sega Genesis, and 3 I think was for the Saturn, the Sega Saturn in '97, and then Shining Force 3 had 2 scenarios also. They were called Shining Force 3 Scenario 2, and then another one, Scenario 3. They were both made a year later in '98. Then they went to make the series that they are best known for, the Golden Sun series. With Golden Sun 1 being made on the Game Boy Advance in 2001, and then Golden Sun The Lost Age came out in, if I remember right, it was 2003, a couple of years later. And their latest game, Golden Sun Dark Dawn, came out just a couple of years ago, actually, I think 2010. And it kicked ass. I loved it. Suffice to say, I owned and kicked the shit out of all the games, except for my Shining Force 3, because I never had a Saturn. I think very few people had a Saturn. But this game, Beyond the Beyond, came out in, I think, '95. I think it was shortly after Shining Forces 1 and 2. Okay, '96, my bad. And, oh my god. This game got so much shit. The most generic bitching that I heard about this game was that there was a couple things. It was that the game still looks like a traditional RPG from the Super Nintendo era. And people were just like hugely bitching about that, making a big damn deal about it because, oh, it's not in 3D, this is the PlayStation, how come it's not in 3D? How come there's still little sprites? What the frick? Sounding like fucking morons. I think it was a good fucking idea that they actually decided to keep sprites. Keep the game in that style. Because '96, the PlayStation had been out for, I think, a year. Or I think this game was actually made it was either a month before a year or after a year that the PlayStation first came out. So everything looked like balls that they were trying to make 3D, like a game that I love, but does look like balls, like Battle Arena Toshinden. That game looks like fucking crap. And what was another one? I want to say Tekken. I don't remember if it's Tekken. It's where they jump like they're on the goddamn moon. Yeah, it looks fucking retarded. That was like way before they had any idea what they were doing with the system. So yes, I'm glad they kept it in the style that they did. Oh, just barely enough space for my name. And then the second most bitched about thing was that, granted, I can understand where people are coming from on this one, But still, I mean, it's like you don't move next to an airport and then bitch about the sound. I say that all the time about people that just cry about dumb shit like this. But there is a part in this game where you have to backtrack way far. Like, no, way far. It does suck. You have to backtrack a gigantic amount just to do one thing. And then you gotta go all the way back to where you were. It does suck, but, I mean, you gotta put it in perspective of the times. You know, that's what you get. You know, what do you expect? It's an RPG. And I believe that, yeah, it sucks a little bit, but not long after that, you get to class change your characters, which I feel, is a pretty damn good reward for dealing with that massive backtrack that you have to do. Because your characters all change super fucking cool looking once you class change them. So I say fuck those haters, because they bitch about shit. They probably never really played it. Except the people that talk about the backtrack. They obviously did, because that's quite a ways into the game when you have to do that. I mean, I seriously don't know why people didn't bitch more about something very early on in the game, which I can't stand. That's like that's my thing right there, is at the very beginning of this game. Pretty much at the end of all this beginning crap, you have to run away to a church. And in that church, to get to the secret tunnel or whatever, you have to fucking solve a sliding puzzle. You know, where you get a picture and it gets cut into like a 3x3 grid, and they slide the picture all over the fucking place and fuck it up, and then you have to put it back. Oh god, I hate those things so much, and you have to do that at the very beginning of the game. And it can take anywhere from, I'd say 10 minutes to solve, to fucking hours, no shit. I don't know why nobody bitched about that. Or why they didn't bitch about that more than having to do the backtrack. Because the backtrack's like it's a given. It's an RPG. You backtrack. Deal with it. That's another kind of annoying thing, or another annoying thing that people bitch about with RPGs is grinding. I never really had a problem with it. But I mean, I was a retro kid. I grew up in the NES days. And, I got hooked in RPGs quick. I don't even remember the first RPG I played. But damn. I mean, it's grinding. There are some games that you get attacked a little too frequently. That bugs the crap out of me. So I could understand it with games like that. I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but there are some RPGs where it's like, oh my god, just let me take a few steps before I get attacked. I can understand it with that, but I don't remember if this game is like that. But yeah, I say, fuck them and their stupid, jaded hate. Never give anything a chance. And just bitch about dumb shit. And sorry if I skipped any of the dialogue between these two. While I was talking. Oh, not talking, when I was going on about my little spiel, my little rant about people. I don't know if I like just sat there and mashed A and didn't realize it. It's nothing. Basically, if I did that, basically the girl, that's you. The girl comes out. It's like, I wonder when they're gonna be back from training, because the guy that was carrying you on his back that came in, he's your dad. And he visits you once a month, if I remember right. And when he does, he takes you out for sword training. And he always brings you back and you're exhausted and just all messed up from training. So she yelled at him about it a little bit. And that was pretty much it. The wife came out, grumbled a little bit, went back in the house, and the two guys just laughed about it. It's because she's shy and she likes you. Alright, we finally get control of our character. Where's the button? There we go. There's ale inside. Really, I sleep in a room, just a barrel of ale. It's a gorgeous vase. Yeah, there's an herb. And this game has a lot. In this game, you will want to search barrels and stuff a lot. A lot more than you would normally other RPGs of this day. This day and age. Please sit down. And that man right there is pretty much like your foster father. You live with him and his family. Your dad is, I think, like one of the top guards for the castle or something like that. There is a cavern called the Cave of Spirits to the far east of this village. Sir Galahad removes a flask from the shelf. It kind of looks like a shadow from the wall. This flask needs some spiritual water. I didn't read it. My bad. I want to fill this flask with that water. What do you say? Will you do it? Okay, the cave to the east has the magic water. Whatever. What about me? Can I go too? Sorry, Mom. I don't have a voice for you. I like the little head shuffle. Oh, is that right? You think I'm just a weak girl, huh? Fine. I won't ask next time. Boom! And then she just eats shit. And then takes off. And for some reason, your character is the only person that can understand Steiner. Huh? You want to go too, right? Well, you're not a kid, you're a dragon. Go on home, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. You're a dragon. For God's sake. Dragon, for God's sake. Let's hurry up and get the spirit one. Yeah, it's a shelf. It's a shelf. It's a fucking shadow. Where the... You're freaking me out, game. Responsibilities of being a good soldier. Oh, okay, well, cool. Field tactics. Let's talk to Daddy again. The Cave of Spirits is dangerous, so why don't you take whatever you need from the basement? It's all at your disposal. Sweet, I'll take up on that offer. Now we go right here and we search this. We get our weapon. Get an antidote from that barrel. It's firewood. It's firewood still. Get ourselves another herb. Can't open that up. That one's empty. The storage trunk of the game. This is where you go to put in all your extra shit that you don't need. Basically like a bank from Dragon Warrior. That kind of stuff. If you saw any of my other Dragon Warrior Let's Plays, like Dragon Warrior 2? Yeah, Dragon Warrior 2 on the Super Nintendo. They had a bank system in that one. But here, this thing actually has some gear that we can take out of it. So we're going to take all these herbs and antidotes. Or maybe not all the antidotes. We're also going to the armor, because there is a light shield in here for us. No weapons, no money. I would like to quit. And now we can equip ourselves. You go to prepare, I think. Trying to... Well, okay. I'll just, let's just do... font, frame, background. Okay, whatever. I might mess with those later. Off camera or something. Formation. Yeah, as you can see, you can use up to 5 members in a fight at once, which is pretty cool. Doesn't know any spells. Oh yeah, that's right. We got our stuff equipped on us automatically, a la Dragon Warrior 1. That won't keep happening though. We just got equipped with it because we didn't have anything else to put on. We got a bunch of herbs. Let's get out of here. There we go, that's much better. Just zooms all the text. Hold on, Koji. I almost forgot. In the Cave of Spirits, there's a fork in the road with 2 paths. Take the path to the right, because the left one is very dangerous. Don't forget. At the fork, go to the right. Alright, bye. I don't know, that might actually be a little too fast. I'll go back to medium. Kujin, are you going out? You shouldn't go too far, Sir Galahad might get mad. What about you, chick? I recently saw some soldiers from Bandor. I wonder what they were doing here. Fucking jerking off, that's what they're doing. Why would they be on some boondock fucking town like this? Or whatever. What's up, old man? Was that Kujin who just passed by ready to fight? That reminds me of our war with Bandor. We nearly lost that one. What, old man? I just talked to you. I didn't pass, but whatever. Kinda right, though. I am ready to scrap it up. Let's get out of here. This is the world map. This is how you move on it. Looks nice. Doesn't look like crap. Oh! And here we go. This is how fights are displayed in this game. I think it looks pretty cool. And we can attack and everything. Now this game actually has a active time battle, I guess you could call it, system. A very crude, first-timey active time battle system to where if you push the button at the right time, kind of like, I don't know, the first game that comes off the top of my head is like Magical Star something, or Super Mario RPG, where if you push the button right before you hit, and right before you get hit, you could possibly do a double attack, do a critical, do attack that does massive damage. If you defend, you could possibly defend, take no damage, or you could counterattack, and then enemies could counterattack you back. There's a lot of stuff you can do, but that's why I say it's crude, because it is 98% pure luck if you get it right. there's no absolute moment when you have to get it and then you just have to remember to do it. I mean, if there is, nobody knows it. And I think that was something that people bitched about. It's like, they put the system in here, but you can't do it. And it's like, so fucking what? Alright, I've beaten this game a couple times, barely being able to pull that stuff off. I just look at it as pretty much a bonus. Like, oh shit, oh yeah, that's awesome. I did it, cool. But I'm not sitting there fucking getting my hopes up and expecting it to happen, and then getting all pissed off and aggro when it doesn't. Pretty much the only thing that seems to work to pull this active time battle thing off is just to mash the button over and over right before something happens. And then maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't. And then sometimes that can happen too, which sucks. That is beating on us pretty good. Yes, we win with 1 hit point left. And then people like bounce around like that when they win. Like, yeah, yeah, we kicked ass, yeah. Yeah, hell, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot something else when you attack. Sometimes your dragon will like latch onto your back and give you a little power boost too. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that happens. And we're definitely going to use this herb on ourselves. And another thing with this game is trying to think of a game that has it. Pretty much, if your VP, which is basically your hit points, it's called vitality points in this game. It's your hit points. Once it gets knocked down to 0, you lose a little bit of your LP right there, and you get your hit points back. So it's basically like a second wind. I don't really remember off the top of my head a game that can do that, or a game that does do that. I would say the closest thing would be that I can think of off the top of my head is Saga Frontier 2, because in that one you can oh, there we go, see, I did it, I blocked. In that one you can use your character's like life force to restore their hit points. Uh-oh, critical. Oh. Yeah, level up. And this game is also extremely hard, especially the bosses. The bosses are extremely hard and not forgiving at all, which is something I like about the game, but yeah, it can be hard. The bosses in this game do not fuck around. Like, it is to the point where you can just clobber the shit out of all the enemies in the dungeon and still have a hard fucking time against the boss. But, anyway, we're hitting our time limit, so I'm going to end the video here. Next video, we're going to come back, we're going to finish this cave off, and get the spirit water and all that stuff for Galahad. I'll see you guys then.